Hi guys, welcome to some more Real Talk Dog Talk. I'm Tori.
And I'm Barb.
For those of you who haven't joined us before, if you have any questions or comments, you can email us at realtalkdogtalk@yahoo.com.
And if you are a regular listener and or emailer, we love hearing from you. It gives us some great ideas for different episodes, so keep those emails coming in.
Yes.
So I want to talk about training time today.
Okay, let's do it.
I think about my dogs in the mornings, and, I always wonder, when is the best time to train? What time of day is the best time?
That's a good question.
I can tell you from my own experience, morning is not good for us.
I'm good. I'm with you on that. My dogs, they're too crazy.
Yeah.
They just energy from sleeping in, they're ready to go.
Well, you have some dogs that are kept in a kennel at night.
Yep.
And, they get out to go potty in the morning, and it's like AM zoomies.
Yep, stretching their legs and running.
Not to mention, I'm not the perkiest person in the AM.
Oh, don't.
I need a minute to regroup.
Yep.
Get full of caffeine and focus.
Caffeinate and focus here.
Yeah.
I'm not a morning person, even a little. So between my dogs and myself, there's no way. Mm-hmm. We need at least midday before we get.
Well, I think too, if you pick the right time of day to do it, any kind of training, I think it's best. You're going to get the most positive results out of it if you pick the right time of day.
I agree with that.
If you're working with them at a time that they're just super crazy, not focused, anything like that, they're not going to, you're going to have to get after them. You're going to have to force it more than a time that they're a little bit more focused on you and what you're doing with them. Then they're going to be more responsive to whatever you teach them.
Well, and I think that's an excellent point too. And you've even said it before, set them up for success.
Yeah.
Give them the opportunity to just succeed, essentially. Yeah.
Well, no, there's it's so hard to do the research on some of this because we kind of come up with some of the same stuff.
Yep.
But I found one individual said after meal and playtime, they will be more alert and focused.
Yeah, which I did not read that. I read the opposite.
Oh, that they're not?
Yeah, you want to, because they just want to relax and they're not interested in whatever treats you have. They're just, there's no motivation for them, really.
Well, that's my personal, I'm not saying starve your dog.
Right, yeah.
But when my dogs are a little bit on the hungry side, they haven't just eaten like 20 minutes prior.
Yeah.
They're more food motivated. And I can, they want that treat. So they're going to,
right,
do as told and even get ahead of you on some of that. That's like when, my dogs are really hungry, they come and sit.
Yeah.
And they come and sit.
Yeah.
And they come and sit.
This'll do it.
It's like, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
You want the treat.
Maybe she'll get it this time.
Karma does something cute, and I just love it because she's kind of got me trained.
Oh, really. Yeah, they do that sometimes.
But when I first start teaching them to be in a kennel, I'll reward them with a treat,
Yeah.
Go in the kennel, you get a treat. Go in the kennel, you get a treat.
Yep.
So whenever I'm boiling eggs in the kitchen or cutting up some treats or even making some food for myself, she'll go sit in her kennel and look at me.
You know what's supposed to happen now. Okay, your turn.
So instead of me saying kennel, she's saying Barb, treat.
Look,
Barb, treat.
Yeah, does it work?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. It would work on me too,
well,
I'll be honest.
Cute.
She's being so good.
She is. So, I think when they're a little bit hungry, you get some, if you're using treats, it's a little bit of a motivator.
And I agree with that too, because my dogs, they're food motivated in general. I think even if they've just eaten, if you gave them something high value, they'd be fine with that, you know? Yeah. But also, you know, they enjoy the spring weather, and when they're not wanting to come in, I say, you know, you guys want a treat, and they don't give a crap.
Yeah.
You know, so for if they were hungry, then yeah, they would probably be like, "Oh, I'm coming." Yeah. You know, but with, you know, after they've eaten and, you know, they'd rather just play. So they're know.
Well, and too, when you are training at a time where they might be a little hungry.
Yes.
I will say you have to be very careful to not allow them to snap at your fingers.
Yeah.
Or harshly grab the treat. I mean, I always tell my dogs to, you know, be nice.
Yeah.
And especially Ziggy, he's one to snap food out. He's gotten me a couple times where he isn't really biting me, but he'll like ram the ends of my fingers as he's quickly grabbing the treat out of my hand. Yeah. So, I mean, it's important if you're kind of got some food motivated dogs to teach them to be gentle or nice when they're taking their treats. So that's always something to keep in mind.
And it's interesting too, because in my house, Jim really is the one you got to watch your fingers. Okay, the smallest one.
I've always said small dogs are the mean dogs.
It's true. And you know, you say, you know, there's a reaction there. And he just looks at you like, what?
Get your fingers out of the way.
You were giving me food, and what? So yeah, I'm not good at that, I guess. So
right. Now another one said, morning and evening. They're relaxed and calm, and it's a good time of day too. Now, you know, that's true, but, you know, relaxed, I mean, you don't want to do it too close to bedtime.
Right.
Because they're thinking about, hey, I'm not getting up in, no.
That's what I was thinking too, because my dogs are not, they all kind of find their spots. You know, one of them's got the love seat, the chair, on the couch with us. Everybody's relaxing. If I were to decide, okay, it's time to train, you know, get the treats out and start doing, I mean, they wouldn't know, I don't think they would know what was going on. You know, they're ready for bed. They know what bedtime means, actually. So
So I think that might be, I think calm is a good time to do it.
Yeah.
And, you know, in the evening, I don't know how late, but I mean, I think too, that kind of depends on your work schedule.
I would agree with that.
I mean, there's some people that work night shift that, you know, there's some people that work evenings, and I think you got to be able to work it all around that, as well as the personality and the shenanigans of a dog.
Right.
Because they obviously have their own way of being. I don't think any dog I have has really been trainable first thing in the morning. I think they need their time to run.
Right.
Go potty, go poop, you know, get their energy level down a little bit. Yeah. And, you know, it's easy to tell people when a good time is to do training, but ultimately it has to reflect your schedule and your dog's willingness to work with you. Because, I mean, if it's a time that they're just not going to focus, really, and that's a huge thing too. I mean, you want to pick a time where you are setting them up for success. So you really want to pick a time that they're focused. I read somewhere that they say after meals they're more focused. I'm sleepy.
Well, I definitely wouldn't. I actually had read somebody had said that they had they really liked training their dog right when they got home from work and all of that, because they were very excited about them, and you know, they were attentive, and maybe that works for that specific dog. For my dogs, definitely not, because when they're excited, when I first get home, they really aren't focused. I guess maybe some dogs might be focused more. Maybe is that maybe a one dog situation? I'm not sure.
Well, I think when I think about, you know, as you say, when I get home, they just want to be with me.
Right.
They're like in my face, on the couch, sitting on me. They just want to be with me. And I don't think they're really focused on something functional.
Right.
I think they're just focused on getting attention. And I feel like for my situation, it's important for me to give them that.
Right.
Because they have, what do dogs do? They wait for you all day.
Right. Yep.
So you get home from work or whatever your situation is, and you've got to give them that, I feel. And if you don't, I don't know how they would focus on doing a task or a trick or a command.
Well, and that doesn't seem like it'd be that much fun to me. And maybe for dogs it is different because, they're probably like the mental stimulation and all that. But you just get home, get yourself settled, and then you put them to work training them and
start bossing them around.
Yeah, like quit it. Cuddle them a little first. Stop.
Yeah.
I
think for me, I don't really like that just because I feel like they are waiting for you.
They want your lap. That's it.
So quit throwing stuff so I have to go over across the yard.
Yeah.
I don't know. That one, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I don't. Well, and I actually wrote down in my own notes, mornings and early evenings tend to be the most relaxed, and I wrote in whose house, because not mine. Okay? Those are not exactly the most relaxing times. So, I do. It's like you were, kind of saying earlier, it's schedule and the dog. It kind of depends on what you all have going on. And
I would say if you had 10 dogs, 10 of them.
Yeah.
And kind of assessed each one, you would find that they're all very different.
Oh, for sure.
So, what works for one individual and their dog might not work for another one.
Right.
So that's why you just have to, look at the dog in front of you or dogs.
Yeah.
And, determine what works best for them. Always setting them up for success.
Right. Jim took, 5 years to learn how to sit.
Oh, well, only 5?
I shouldn't use the term learn because he knew. Okay. He knew. He just didn't want to. Okay.
He probably just didn't have a high enough value treat.
Yeah. Well, turns out, I don't know what I did. I guess I wasn't getting any more high value treats than he was getting. So I guess he just settled. Fine. I guess.
She's not going to give up.
I guess.
Final sit. So those are things to think about. The after the meal one I don't really agree with, but I had conflicting information on that.
Yeah.
I found that one article said that it can be unsafe because it can cause twisted gut after they eat. But then, I kept reading on to different articles, and then it said that training on, vigorously on an empty stomach can cause it, twisted gut. So that I think I'd have to talk to a vet on that one. I think larger dogs are more prone to that. So the main thing to me is working with them on a full stomach just makes me think they're going to be sleepy.
Yeah, well, and I could imagine, throwing up. If they're full and you're making them run around and all. I was in track. I've seen some girls try and run real hard after lunch, and it ain't pretty.
It could be a little different than that, but I get where you're going.
Yeah.
Let's see. And, it just kind of makes you think, when you go to trainers and kind of seek advice on how to deal with your dog, whether it be training or just weird behaviors, there is no cut and dry answer for anything.
Right.
Because a lot of it depends on the personality of your dog.
Right.
I look at your house, you have Jim, who is like totally opposite of these larger dogs that you have.
Yes.
And there's no way you can treat them the same.
Oh, absolutely.
There's just no way.
No. Jim, the amount of times Jim looks at me like I'm stupid during the day is just ridiculous.
Right.
And these, the other dogs, they just love me. They don't care if I'm stupid.
You know, same breed, same size. Yazi is far more compliant with me than Ziggy. Ziggy gives me a look like, why should I listen to you?
Yeah.
And yes, the treats come out. Yazi, he's just happy with some loving and hugging, and he does what I say.
Whatever you want, he will do it.
So, I mean, those are same breed dogs, but still very different personalities. And they both can be dealt with as far as commands go the same. But one has a more...
stubborn.
Oh, that's harsh. Very harsh.
He is. Let's be honest.
Where Yazi is, just such a... I guess he's kind of a mama's boy, really.
He is very laid back.
He doesn't really want to run away if he leaves outside. Actually, he won't leave outside the gate with me.
Yeah.
Without me, I should say.
Yep.
He
sticks right there.
Yeah, you've tried to get him to leave on a
lead
with.
He's like, she's here. What are you doing?
Yeah, he just isn't going to go.
Yeah.
So, it just really depends on the type of dog you have and their personality.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing. I think I did some reading on this, so I'm not the only person that thinks this.
Okay.
But doing it throughout the day while you're on walks, meeting people, just out in the public.
Even somebody coming over.
Someone coming over. Just using every opportunity throughout a day, just daily routine.
Yep.
Is an opportunity to train.
Yes.
So, teaching them manners in the kitchen while you're cooking. I personally cook with Ziggy.
Yeah.
He's my cooking partner. But there's not anything really that goes on within your home that you can't use as a learning tool.
Which I think is great because I would imagine they don't even realize they're really being trained or anything because it's just part of your day.
Right. It becomes their routine.
Yeah.
I also read that they say that if you do kind of that ongoing all day long here and there training where it is part of their routine, it actually helps them to retain the commands and what you're teaching them. Where if it's just 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the afternoon, 10 minutes in the morning, they tend to kind of put it out of their head when they're done. But when it's part of the, their lifestyle, it's something that they retain.
It's just what they do. It's what you do.
Yeah.
That's, and that is, which I'll admit I need to do a little bit of work with some of my younger dogs here. But they, that is the way I prefer to do it as well, because there are times where you do have to separate them and spend a little time with each one. And when you got multiple dogs, it's just...
Well, I think when you have multiple dogs, the way my thinking is that you have to take them out of that group and work individually with one while they're young.
Right.
And get them to understand the commands and learn what you expect of them. Get the recall, the sit, the basic stuff all in there.
Yeah.
I think you need to do that individually.
Yes.
And then when you have them together as a group, then they each know what you're expecting as far as the commands go. And, the functioning within a home, that'll kind of fall into a routine once they know the commands.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm sitting here smirking, and I just started thinking, my dogs, they know sit, lay down, the basic kennel, basic commands and all. And they know it. It's pretty quick for them to do it and all. But one of mine, Tito, it's interesting because when he is with the other dogs, he will still sit, but it's like a second. And then he's worried somebody's going to get his treat. So he bounces right back up. And he just can't decide, do I stay sitting? Because somebody's going to get my treat. He can't.
He's got a spring-loaded hiney, huh?
Yeah, and when it's just him, he's fine. He obviously he will be the one getting it, but so that's something I wouldn't have thought I would have to encounter. I mean, you don't think about your dog being spring loaded, but
well, I think with time they begin to feel confident in you.
Yes.
That you will give them the treat.
Yes.
That they don't need to pop back up. And I think as long as you reinforce the sitting,
yep,
stay there, don't pop up.
Yep.
You're still going to get that treat because we're not just throwing treats out to them.
No.
You're handing it individually, so they need to understand that. So
right.
I totally get where he's going, but that's just a matter of building the confidence in you as a leader.
Yeah.
So,
and that is a process in itself.
Yeah. And I'm always hesitant when I see, and I've mentioned this before, and I'll mention it a million more times. Whenever I see on the internet, we'll train your dog in 2 weeks, or you don't pay. Trying to train a dog fast is not training him thoroughly.
No,
And they need, slow, consistent training.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm not saying they can't learn some things in a short amount of time.
Right.
But to make it you kind of want your dog to be able to think it through and know that this is what they need to do.
Right.
And that's when you get a dog that knows a daily routine and actually applies what you're teaching it to life within the house or life within the family.
Right.
So, really fast training is not the ticket to a good dog.
Well, and I gotta wonder, what techniques are they using to get this dog to listen that well in that short of time? It makes me a little bit, I don't know. Okay. Let me just put that out there. I don't know, but...
Well, we have not personally gone and talked to these trainers, so we don't know.
Right.
But I do know that, long-term handling training is going to teach them more than something quick.
And I feel like the quick techniques probably are fairly harsh. Maybe not.
I don't know. We don't know.
We don't. But, yeah, I agree. It's consistency is key, and a lot of, trying to figure out, what time is best. It all just kind of led right back to just general training information. So,
well, we're not talking about military training here.
No.
Bomb search, cadaver dogs. We're not talking about this kind of thing. We're talking about having a dog that is manageable in a home, or possibly if you have more than one pet.
Yeah.
Teaching them to interact in a happy, safe way. And also something that is not bad manners. Jumping on the counter. Mm-hmm. And... all right, I'm going to say the Z word again.
Uh-oh.
Ziggy is one that I have a white sink, an old country sink, and he, leaves evidence to tell me that he's been on the counter when he's the only one that's been in the kitchen. I have to think it's him.
That is funny because I was just going to say, it's so weird. I end up with muddy paw prints on my counter when nobody's there.
Is that from Daytrick?
It son? Must be. It must be because the dogs sure didn't do it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. So we're not saying, hey, dogs are perfect. Our dogs are not perfect. We love them a lot, and they are amazing pets. But, that's something you have to keep working with. And,
right.
I will say I do get angry when Ziggy jumps on the sink while I'm standing there.
Yeah, at least be sneaky.
Yeah, whoa, I am right here.
You're not really supposed to do that.
Yeah, this isn't part of the day. Get off the sink.
He's like, I'm helping you.
Yeah. He thinks.
Yeah.
Actually, last night I was, I was making eggs for Karma.
Yep.
And I make them. I was doing boiled eggs, but I really hate peeling eggs.
Yeah.
So I purchased this little egg bite maker.
Yeah. And
you just crack an egg in each. It's like a little cupcake thing.
Oh, I love those things.
Yeah, and it's made out of silicone, so it holds 4.
Yeah.
So I can, crack an egg, put each one, in a cup, and then microwave them for 2 minutes. And it's a lot better than doing the eggshells.
Yeah.
And it's not frying it where it's getting gross stuff in it. So it's just nice clean cooked eggs. And I was making eggs for Karma, and I had an odd amount. I didn't have 4, I had 5 eggs.
No, you can't.
So I set the last egg uncracked to the back of the counter and left it there. I turned the microwave on, and I came back out, and it was gone, and Ziggy was licking his lips. So we had a talk. We disagreed.
Sure. Well, he thought he was right.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. Yeah. But anyhow, so our dogs aren't perfect. They make their little mistakes, and we, of course, teach them differently. But we always try to use a positive approach with all of our dogs. And I really am a fan of doing, training throughout the day and taking those opportunities. When the ups guy comes, what kind of recall do you have?
Yeah.
Getting off the counter and leaving the eggs alone.
Yeah. Yep.
All those little things are honestly just really great learning opportunities. So,
and that's a good way to, for me, it's easier to include my kid in it when it's just activities during the day, doing things to get him included, and the dog's listening to him too, because even though he's a kid, they need to listen to him too. So, I was thinking too, one time a day that probably in my household at least would not be ideal would be when he gets home from school.
Because they're excited.
Yep. They're so focused on that kid. They're not going to listen to him either. And they are focused on him.
Yeah.
So, there's just too much going on. So, maybe an hour after that might be okay, but...
Well, for me, and like I said, I like to do throughout the day and take every opportunity to teach them. But I think when I do take one dog out of the group to work with them individually, for me, around lunchtime is a good time.
Yeah.
And that way they're past their morning zoomies. They've maybe gotten an egg or two. So their tummies aren't full, they aren't full, but they aren't hungry either. They have a nice little happy medium, and they aren't tired from, at the end of the day, you're right. My dogs are laying around fighting over the Wendell Ottoman who gets it. And, for me, the best time is right around noon, give or take. And that's when I pull one dog out and work with it individually. Yeah. Otherwise, as a group, I do it kind of throughout the day.
Yeah. Yeah. It depends on, again, I think your schedule and the dogs you're dealing with and all of that. So once you can figure that out, well, we hope you have your schedule figured out, but your dogs, whether it's, 1 or 5 or 10, however many you got. Right. Once you've figured everybody out, you can, decide your own plan and how you want to do it. And there's a ton of different ways you could do it. So
I think sometimes when you're thinking in terms of time frame, what time of day works best for you, it's also something to think about. Okay. To maybe mix it up.
Oh, yeah.
So dog doesn't anticipate too much.
Right.
That way, like one day you could do it in the, mid-morning, one day in the evening a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes having that too much of a routine teaches a dog not to think, but that this is what they do. And they aren't using their brain.
It's not a command that can be used anytime necessarily. This is the time we do this. Mm-hmm. Right? Is that correct? Okay. Just making sure I understand.
That's part of it.
Now I'm questioning everything. No.
No, it's just, thinking about in the mornings I've got to do this, this, and this. Okay, what happens if that's not there?
Oh, sure.
Okay, yep. Well, what? We're going to do it now?
Yeah, okay.
Oh. Well, all right, so what do you want me to do? Okay. So then they're questioning it more and having to process it and think it through.
Okay.
So it kind of gives them that opportunity to kind of put it in place themselves and think, opposed to every morning I have to sit, lay, stay.
Yeah. Okay.
Sit, lay, stay. Oh, what? We're going to do it in the evening? I have to wait,
Oh, man.
lay down, get back. I mean, you can totally mix it up, whether it be the commands or the time of day.
Right.
That way the dog isn't doing things so automatically that they aren't thinking it through.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's
So,
excellent.
Yeah, that's just a little Wendell tip.
Yeah. Because maybe dogs can't tell time, but they know when my kid's going to come through the door after school.
Yeah,
so,
that's crazy.
I mean, they go sit there before you even see or hear kids. So they got some sort of timer going on in there.
Yeah, so I mean, it's great to just mix it up a little bit, and that's when you have them back in a group in a multi-dog pet family. You know, that also makes them have to implement thinking.
Yeah.
Instead of just it being an automatic thing.
Right. Yeah.
So that's one thing that's important, is that it's not so routine that they aren't thinking about it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really good point. I actually wouldn't have thought of that. So.
Well, I'm a thinker. This is what I do when I can't sleep at night.
It is. I hear it. I hear all about it.
I don't wake up with a ton of ideas. I never went to sleep.
That's right. And they just keep building.
Yeah. Anyhow, so, you know, we're not the professionals. We're just part of a dog community, sharing information, gathering information, sharing information.
Yep.
So if you ever have issues, you always need to consult professionals in your area, whether it be a vet or a trainer, and do your research so that you know what you need to be doing to make the best life for you and your pets.
Yes. Do your own looking.
Yeah.
And if you have any questions or comments, always feel free to send us an email at realtalkdogtalk@yahoo.com, and go ahead and comment, and don't forget the follow button.
Thank you for joining us, and we hope you'll be here for our next episode.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.